we are entering a very dangerous new global arms race. The United States is modernizing, that's their word, modernizing. That means redesigning, rebuilding new nuclear weapons, new delivery vehicles, new missiles, new bombers, new submarines, to the tune of nearly $2 trillion over the next 30 years. And this is an accelerant. It's like pouring gasoline on a fire, where Russia is also developing new nuclear weapons right now, and so are all of the other nuclear weapons states upgrading their nuclear arsenals. So on the one hand, we're at a time of grave danger, and part of my organization's work is to prevent the development of new and modified U.S. nuclear weapons. We've been very successful. For example, Tri-Valley Cares and colleagues were able to stop a new weapon, a new nuclear bomb called the Robust Nuclear Earth Penetrating Bomb. It was intended to penetrate into the Earth and then blow up in order to be used in the war on terror. This is the thing I think most people don't understand, is these nuclear weapons are developed for use. You know, we think that they'll never be used, but they have a military use, and that's very dangerous. And then the labs came back, my lab, Livermore Lab, came back with something that had a more benign name called the Reliable Replacement Warhead. But it was a fully new weapon, and we were able to stop that from being developed. And now Livermore Lab has another plan to develop another new warhead to go on a land-based missile, and the Pentagon is developing a new missile. And the warhead, the new plutonium core that would go in that warhead, and the new missile together will cost this country $120 billion. We can't preach to other nations that they shouldn't have nuclear weapons when we're continuing to spend this kind of money on it. I believe that nuclear weapons are immoral, and that their use by anyone under any circumstance cannot be made acceptable. It is unacceptable. I want to end on a happy note, though, because while on the one hand there's this dangerous new global, nuclear arms race happening, on the other hand, the non-nuclear weapon states in the world are stepping to the forefront, taking leadership. And in the United Nations, there has been adopted a treaty on the prohibition of nuclear weapons, building off of the Non-Proliferation Treaty, but stating unequivocally that nuclear weapons are illegal. And this treaty has now been signed, and nations are in the process of ratification. When the 50th country ratifies it, it will be able to enter into force. I want this to happen in 2020.